Right now, moviegoers can go to a Virginia Madsen Film Festival.
One of the most horrifying metamorphoses ever told.
I'm buying this for you. It's, pretty amazing.
I met you when I was
23.
And the day we met was?
September 14th.
9/14. 14 plus 9 is? 23.
In one film, she's married to a guy who looks a lot like Jim Carrey, who goes crazy over the number 23.
It's all 23. It's if it's imitating my life.
You've concerned yourself with minutia, and you've drawn wild conclusions from them.
There's a guy in Texas building his own rocket in his backyard. This guy is planning on launching himself into orbit.
In the other, she's married to a guy who looks a lot like Billy Bob Thornton. The town thinks he's nuts when this farmer decides to become an astronaut.
You were delinquent on 6 mortgage payments? I don't think you realize how close you are to a foreclosure.
I don't think you understand how close I am to launching.
And the audiences are so different. I mean, the number 23 is definitely not for families, you know, but The Astronaut Farmer is a full-on family film.
We're taking bets.
Really? What are the odds?
Your husband will never do it, or he's gonna blow himself up.
I have a 12-year-old, and I've had for many, many years to sit and endure the family film. And sometimes, you know, because there's usually not that much content, and it's okay, because I love going to the movies with my son, so it's like something that we do on weekends, and but I don't always want to go see the family, like the animated feature.
Mr. Farmer, how do we know that you're not constructing a WMD?
Because if I was building a weapon of mass destruction, you wouldn't be able to find it.
And sometimes there's things that are advertised as family films. Well, there'll be something that he should not have seen, or something that I really objected to as a parent. And the great thing about Astronaut Farmer is that it's a real grown-up story, you know, like there's a lot of things in there, like specifically for grown-ups that is just great for them. But there's nothing in it that a kid can't see. You know, there's a really loud boom at one point, and that's about it.
And action!
This is the first time Virginia Madsen has worked with Billy Bob Thornton, but she says it feels like they've been together for a cinematic lifetime.
You know, I always say that you can't invent chemistry. It's just something mysterious that it's either there or it's not.
Going up ahead, circle to the left, now circle to the left like anything. 8 to the center with a hoop and holler!
We have a lot in common, Billy Bob and I, you know, professionally, just, you know, in the fact that we were both around for a long, long time till we finally hit big and had success. You know, we both have kids, and it just felt like from the moment we met, we'd known each other for years and years. There was such an ease between us that from the very first scene, when we're in the truck and he's dropping me off at the diner, that was the first scene we ever did. Really? We had just met. And I thought, oh my God, we're so married. This is really great.
After years of struggling, Billy Bob hit it big with his Oscar-winning Sling Blade. For Virginia, after years of playing the femme fatale, she was nominated for an Oscar for Alexander Payne's Sideways.
You know, that kind of big success, if you get that when you are in your early 20s or around that time, it's really hard to carry. Mm-hmm. And it's really hard to carry over a long period of time. And so yeah, it is sweeter, you know, because you're older, wiser, you know, you're cooler, more confident, you know, so but still in all, you have to be ready. So I felt like I was always preparing for that, and I was ready when success finally came.
Well, thank you, honey. I can use these, you know.
If Daddy don't come back.
Yeah, I'm coming back. Don't you worry.
And now, like the Astronaut Farmer, Virginia Madsen is living her dreams. She was told during her childhood to dream big.
You are one fabulous father. You got your family dreaming together.
I was always really inspired by my mother. You know, she's a writer. And when I was about 14, she sat her kids down and she wanted to leave the corporate world and a nice job, and she was a single mom. And become a full-time poet.
When I was a kid, they used to tell me that I could be anything I wanted to be, no matter what.
And she actually ended up winning an Emmy for a documentary that she made. And so, but she said it's going to get really hard, you know. Writing was my mom's rocket that she wanted to build. And as hard as it was to watch her struggle, it was inspirational to see her succeed. And she was always very, very supportive of me, of course, then in my dream to become an actress.
Somewhere along the line, we stopped believing that we could do anything. You better know what you want to do before somebody knows it for you.
I expect you home for dinner.